Early in the 22nd century, humanity escaped from Einstein's cage. The giant ring-shaped engines of the node drive gave us the power to leap to the nearest star at many times the speed of light. After centuries of dreaming, we were finally free to leave the cradle of our homeworld. It took us years to build the Earth's first colony ship. The Nova Maria was a symbol for all mankind. Soon it was loaded with humanity's best and brightest. They prepared to depart, ready to inherit a galaxy which we had long ago decided was devoid of intelligent life. The universe was all out there for our taking. Someone should have told that to the Hivers. They came in silence. No statement of intention, no declaration of war, without even a demand for our surrender. They hit us without warning. Within seconds, our dreams of peaceful expansion were so many burning meteors falling to Earth. We barely survived the first Hiver incursion. Years later, we would find that we had faced only a small nesting fleet. We had yet to see the full power of the swarm. But the Hive was not the only threat. When we ventured forth, we soon encountered the ruthless legions of the Tarka. And eventually, the phantom fleets of the enigmatic Lear. And so, we learned how to build bigger, stronger ships, more powerful weapons. Humanity had to explore, expand, and even conquer, just to hold our own in a universe where weakness was extinction. In order to survive, we learned to wield the Sword of the Stars.
We are the chosen ones, born of the divine. We are shaped in the image of the great masters, born to serve them in the infinite depths. We are warriors, wise men, fathers, masters. And this is the time of our ordeal, the great silence, when we will prove ourselves worthy to join the immortal gods and hear their voices once again. It took years to rise from the world of our spawning. It took decades to reap the wisdom of our first quarry. But our wiles are unlimited, and our thirst for knowledge strong. We have lain quietly in the shadows for more than a century, skulking among the darkened hulls of dead ships, raiding the periphery for slaves and secrets. We tear apart flesh and steel, mind and memory chip, seeking the spark of truth, seeking the gods of our birth. And always, we hunger for more. The time has come. We can wait no longer for the great masters to return. Our numbers increase daily. Our children hunger. Our females lust for war. This galaxy is unworthy of its gods, overrun by ignorant, arrogant slaves, mindless insects, harmless lizards, chattering apes, blaspheming rebels. It is time to teach them all their place in a great scheme. They will learn to serve their betters or die. As it was commanded, so it shall be done. We will sweep all enemies from our path. In the darkness of this galaxy, we will forge an empire of light. We will be worthy We will find the gods wherever they are hiding. We will end their silence and become their claws once again. Born of fire, born of steel, born of science, born of blood.
Look to the skies, children of the dust, and heed my words. I am first among travelers, lord of the night sky, and leader of the clans. I am the voice of the starborn. While you crawled, we flew. While you dreamed of wings, we knew the stars. We came down to share with your ancestors, but we returned to find death. Our females slaughtered, our worlds picked over like carrion. You have laid us a banquet of sorrow. You have risen from your dark depths, your twisting tunnels, your dawn-reeking cities, your pitiful nests of stone, and your fields of blood, to lay claim to the very stars. Blindly you wander, violating the tombs of my fathers, until you lose your pestilence upon my wives and daughters. And I say, enough. Real war is coming. The travelers will yield no longer to any who crawl, in land or sea. Find some other place to build your foul nests and fight your petty battles. These stars are sacred, and they are mine. So look to the skies, children of the dust, and see my coming. I am the dragon with 1,000 wings. My people are no longer in hiding, and now we darken your skies. Like a murder of crows.
Hello everyone, this is Hakaym, and we are starting a new Let's Play. This is Sword of the Stars. Now the game you currently are seeing is actually 2 expansions on top of the original. This is the third line, the second expansion, called A Murder of Crows. Now, this game is my most favorite game of all time, although World of Warships is really competing. I grew up with this game. This game sparked my interest in space, creating stories on alien civilization. So this really got me into the sci-fi genre. Now I got this game, for, at least the original, which you will be seeing all the intros before we get up to the screen. I got this game in 2006. It was my Christmas birthday, and I was so excited. I saw the artwork on it, and the main premise of this game is humanity is expanding. As you saw, that there are now 6 races, and humanity has expanded out, and they're rubbing shoulders with other alien races, and they have to compete, and they have to survive. Now this Let's Play, I won't be playing as humans, because as we get into it, I'm not a big fan as far as their technology or their transportation, their FTL drives. Not a big fan of them. We are going to be playing my favorite race, which I'll show you in just a second. Now, I do know the history on this game. This game was extremely popular. Huge fan base. A lot of fan art, fan fiction. Huge fan base. very popular. This got definitely over 75% review rate, all depending on who you looked at. But Steam gives it a 4 out of 5. They did exceptionally well for the genre. It's a 4x6 genre. It's explore, expand, exploit, exterminate. And they did such a wonderful job. We'll get into the premise on the game in just a second. But then Kerberos production screwed up. If anyone's a big fan of this series, of this game, they probably would know what happened in the second installment, Sword of the Stars 2. Sword of the Stars 2 was pretty much overhyped, and it was release broken, and that just killed the franchise. Downright killed it, which is very saddening because this game it's beautiful. I love it. Even granted, the graphics are a wee bit old. They are 2008 because Sword of Stars came out in 2006. Born of Blood, which is the first expansion, came out in 2007, and A Murder of Crows came out in 2008. Now, the second one came out in, I believe, around 2011, 2012, and it has been a dead franchise since then. So I'm wanting to show you my most favorite game, and I hope you will enjoy the ride with me. This is going to be exciting because I haven't actually played this game in quite a while, so I will be a tad bit rusty. I do know at least how to operate it, but we'll get going. Alright, we are gonna play obviously as Hakaym, and we're gonna start a single player game. Now you can do a scenario if we just click here. Will give you basically a description. So basically it's a storyline that you can play, and they all have different objectives, like this one, rule or perish. So you can be humans, but we're not going to be doing that. We're going to do just a custom. It's probably what I'm most accustomed to. It's what I like doing. So start here, up at the top right. Here, 1 second. I'm going to pause the video 1 second. Alright, sorry about that. As you can see, why can't my mouse do anything? There we go. Why? Oh, clicking the wrong mouse button. As you can see, this is demonstrating the map. There are various different ones, and I believe, let's see, we're not going to do something too complicated. We're going to make it a little bit easier, especially on you guys seeing it, and probably also a little bit on me. We're going to do what I had before, if we can find it. Let's see. This is ring. Let's see. There we go. There's disc. We're going to do disc. No. Let's do ring, and we're gonna do. So this allows you to customize. You can do a number of stars. I'm gonna just do about 200. This does, I believe, the average light years between the stars. We're just gonna keep this all the same, make it a fairly neutral, and then we come down to the available species. So this allows you to control, obviously, the number of players. We're going to do 6. We're going to have 1 of each race. Since there's only 6, we're going to have 6 players. Turn length, we're going to keep it unlimited. Combat, turn length, we're going to keep it 240. Keep it fairly simple. Alliances on, teams off. Random encounters 100%. We're going to play with the AI as normal. Keep that normal, and I kind of like to start off a little bit slow, So we're gonna just keep everything normal, not make it too easy on ourselves. So we're gonna go ahead and create game, and let's just name it as Hakaym YouTube. There we are. Alright. And so this screen allows you to actually select and customize all the species that you are playing with. So this allows you, there are human, Hiver, Tarkus, Lear, Zul, and Morgai. Or Morgi. I'm gonna go with Morgai. That's kind of what I've known. So for myself, I will be playing as the Hivers. Go ahead and get this all set up. You see, essentially, there we are, the avatar and the badge for my race. We are the children, faithful sons of the Hive. Our way is patient, our way is strength. We do not rush as others do to devour the universe. The Hive grows slowly, but its grip is strong. What ours is ours and will not be taken from us easily. Raise your hand against the least of us, and you will face the fury of all. We are all brothers, and the love we share is stronger than death. So, obviously this should be fairly simple. They are very similar to the eusocial insects on Earth. Ants, bees, wasps, termites. So, their main premise of their entire culture and technology is that they're patient. They have no actual FTL drives. They use STL drives to get to stars. So their movement between star systems are very, very slow. But the amazing technology that they do have are gate technologies. They build gate ships, and they basically, once they get to a new star system, they open the gate system and allows an instant travel between systems. So I personally like the Hivers. They're obviously very slow, but they are the fastest as far as combat. When in combat, they have the fastest ships, and they also have the most durable ships. So they can take a beating. Alright, so get that all set. Then we move on to, so everyone else is going to be computer. We're going to go ahead and open these up. So this video is going to be a little bit longer. Probably as we go, they'll be shortened down to about 20 minutes. So, alright, so we're going to go ahead and select humans. Humans developed a FTL drive called the Node Ring. And this is, it's very similar to how trains operate. There are node lines between systems, and you can only go along those lines. So they're very limited, but they're very quick. So it's kind of similar to warp drives, but trains. Just think warp drives, but on railroad tracks. So, alright, got them. Then, obviously, we're going to set up for the Tarkas. Tarkas are probably going to be the easiest for beginners. So anyone that picked up the game, very easy. It's for movement of their ships, you literally point and click, and they use warp systems. Their ships are more designed to be aggressive, so they usually have a lot of weapons, very damaging. I think, let's see, and yeah. Wow. Okay, so, whoops, I completely forgot to set up them. There we go. And then, let's see who's next. The Lear. So, just picture this. Dolphins / whales with tentacles on their face that are psychic and telekinetic. And that's Lear. They were originally slaves to the Sulka, who gave birth to the Zul as well, but they rebelled, And so ever since then they're slightly xenophobic. Oh, excuse me. They're xenophobic, and their ships use a thing called a stutter drive. The stutter drive, how it operates is if I remember correctly, it negates the mass of the ship, so they're literally just jumping along very short jumps. And when they travel outside systems, the further away they are from gravity wells, the faster the ships will travel. So over long distance, their ships are the fastest. Over short distance, they're a little bit slower. And they have the best research. So very quick to research technology. And obviously this game is about researching technology, improving your ships, your economy, etc. We'll move on to... Did I not? I did not. Oh, give me one sec. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, sorry about that. Had a phone call I had to take, and when I got back I accidentally pressed the wrong button, and so I had to redo everything. I think I'm back up where I am. Just clicking on that. So back to Lear. Down here is basically a description talking about everything, their biology, their culture, their technology. Here it says Lyrian ships of the line have a very high mass to size ratio. They are very cetacean, so they require bodies of liquid to move around. So they fill their entire ships with, it says here, super oxygenated liquid medium to allow the Lear to breathe and move freely. So they breathe a liquid with very high saturation of oxygen. So they are called the black swimmers because they drown themselves in this. They can no longer breathe just normal air. They require this, so they're stuck in a ship. Let's see. Lears use an inertia-less stutter drive, which moves through the space by teleporting the entire ship in tiny spatial increments. So, like I was saying, when it's further away from a gravity well, it moves a lot faster than it is when it's near. So they turn very quickly. They have high maneuverability, so they're a little bit harder to hit. And their main focus is technology and lasers and plasma weapons. So, alright, then done. Then we'll go ahead and set up, I believe, the Zool. Yes. So the Zool are a genetic creation. They are from the creators of the Soka. So their biology is very radically different. They start off in larval forms, carried by the female Zool, and then they eventually develop. And how they gain knowledge is by ripping the information from a slave. And they're very big. They're a slave race. They take slaves, and there's a very high dimorphism between the male and female. The male tends to be the brains, very smart, leads the pack, while the female is very bestial and is the main warriors of the race. So we're going to just go ahead and set up. Their drive technology is very similar to the humans, except for instead of using natural node lines to travel, they make their own by ripping holes into the very fabrics of space and time. So they use very specific ships. We'll probably see them if we actually get in contact with them. So they're a fun race, but the ships are extremely weak because they're basically built by other derelict alien ships. So mixture of human, Hivers, Tarka, etc. So Alright, we've got the Zool ready, and now we're going to set up for the last race. Basically what this expansion pack is based on, the Morgai, the Morgai? Alright, so they are literally feathered serpents, which are, especially I believe South American, very similar to Quetzalcoatl, which is basically named the feather serpent. And if in the introduction they visited Earth and they helped us, but we forgot about them, and they come back and they find that we've destroyed all their nests, all their home worlds, all their technology. And so their ships are basically a flock mentality. So the more ships are in a fleet, the faster travel, and vice versa. Fewer ships, slower speed. So we're going to go ahead and get that all set up, and that should be the last race we are going to be against. And let's go ahead and launch.
System
Go.
updates.
And there are voice in this game. You'll probably hear it. Each one has a different based on the race you're playing. With the Hiver, it's very like hisses and clicks, what you would expect a alien sectoid race to make. So, as you can see, this game is a two-part system. One, it's a turn-based strategy, but when you get into combat, it switches to RTS, and that's when your whole developing your ships, developing technologies comes into play. So we'll go through and just generally show. This right here shows you your budget, your fleets, your explored systems, enemy colonies, history, and we're all in turn 1, so we're not getting too far. And then stats compared to everyone else, ships killed, etc. So probably the major thing is going to be the history, seeing what has happened after you concluded your turn. Up here is showing a balance between where your money is going towards, because you can have it sent towards savings so you can build ships over the long term, or you can have it set over closer to research. I generally like to have it closer to the research so I can get technologies pushed out a lot quicker. It is a 3D model, like I can move the map around, I can zoom in, I can see this is what a Hiver world looks like. Each race has a different aspect because they have a different environment that they prefer. And this outline over here on the right is an asteroid belt, which is very unlucky because that means we can have a possibility of asteroids falling to the world and causing damage and death. Down over here is a gate. That symbols that a world has a gate and that you can gate to that world. And obviously that is the name of the world. This is our capital world, so basically where the queen lives. And obviously since it's an eusocial insect race, they have a queen. So go more into that later. And then we have research, design, and build. We'll do that in just, we'll do that right now. Taken care of. I don't like that blinking. So this is a very expensive tree. Every technology is researchable to a point. Now you can get every technology, but it's extremely rare. It is randomized to what technologies you can or cannot get. Like over here. This is Xenotech. It shows that the yellow lines means that it has been researched, and the blue lines over here means you can research it. So there's industrial, biological, drone, which are little ships, basically fighter ships, Star drives, so our FTL, warheads, missiles, shield technology. Don't ever use shields. Power technology, so our engines, so we can develop into fusion. Torpedoes. Let's see, energy, ballistics. Hivers they love their ballistic weapons. So a lot of these technologies will be more open for us than, say, energy weapons. C3, so communication technology. Xenotech, so we can actually talk to the other races. And industrial, which I think we just started. And we're going to start off doing industrial unit. So, remote control constructive devices allow workers to build in hostile or dangerous environmental without risk. This results in lowering the construction costs of ships by 10% and a 15% increase in the industrial output of all planets. So this will definitely help us in the long run to develop and build ships.
We are honored to receive funds, Majesty.
God, I miss...
We will find the answer.
God, I miss listening to that. Oh, I love the voice acting in this. So, as over here, we can see that our planet is a size 10. Size 10 is going to be the largest. It's going to hold the most resources. So the more resources the planet has, the more production it can put out. So you want the resources to be high. So 5,000 means we get an industrial output of 19,000. And right now, our civilian, so there's population is separated into two. There are Imperial, which is more of your army, and your civilian, which is basically where all your money comes from. So this will actually increase to a limit, I think, of almost 1 billion. Yep, 1 billion. Anything higher, and it becomes harvesting the resources. So you have to kind of balance it between whether you want more money or you want to keep your resources high to allow the planet to produce ships quickly. So got that covered. This also down here, we'll get into that later once we get into trade. Let's see. So down here shows all the ships that are on this world, that are stationed at this world. And we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna go ahead and separate these to different fleets. Put them down. And then we'll go into design. Design is where you really can take effect of what your ships can do. So this right here is very standard. Just has a standard command. Mission. So the mission is what the ship is designed for. The armor is designed for attack and defense. Assault shuttle is designed for planetary invasion. Colonizer for colonizing. This is for scouting, extended range. Gate. So this is unique above all other to any other race's ships. The gate ship. So this is what allows us to go to other worlds and open up a gate. So you need this to open gates and allow you to travel there. So, and then we have Tinker, which is obviously our refueling ship, because it does require resources to get to other places, and ships only have a limited range. So we'll talk about that one later. And then obviously the engine. So what engines it has. Unfortunately, we're only on fission, so our range is very short. See, the range is only about 5 light years, so that's why you need that Tinker. So at the moment, there's not much we can do. So we're not going to design new ships, but we're going to go ahead and build a couple armor and a couple tankers. Now this is going to drop me in the red, which is kind of bad, but we'll pull back out of it once our population starts building. So we're going to go ahead and add to queue. That's already done.
Your shipyards here
God, I
and
love
obey.
And let's see. Up here, this number right here is going to be important for us. This represents how many ships can travel through a gate network at one time. Probably will have to show you in a little bit once we get another gate set up. So we are going to go ahead and end our turn and allow our planet to produce the new ships.
System updates.
Alright, so the planet's produced all these new ships, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and have at least one armor and one taker to a fleet and send them out to other worlds. Now, to move, all you do is click that move button and you select a star. See, and when you hover over star, it tells you the name, how far it is, and how many turns. It looks like at the moment the best thing I've seen was 13. That's 30. Let's go zoom out a little bit more. Let's see. There we are. That's 13 turns. So
Navigation. Mark this trail.
That's the downside of the Hiver civilization is it takes them a very long time just to get to a nearby star system. But here's the kicker. Here's the thing. They will develop a technology which will allow them to at least jump near a star system. Sometimes you can land directly on the star system, sometimes you can't. But it's going to be a later tech, and it's going to take us a while. So unfortunately, we're stuck on moving little by little. So we're just going to go ahead and get the other fleet set up. I think there was another world. That's 14 turns, if I can find it. There's 15. There we are, there's 14.
We rise as one,
So,
my queen.
we're going to go ahead and build up another tanker and another armor. So that third fleet can...
Your shipyards here
That
and
third
obey.
fleet can get on the move. Because we really want to get expanding so we can start gaining more money and researching more. So the more worlds you gain, the more research and income you receive. So if you go into here, you can see, let's see, colony budgets. So we can see how much the income is coming in from the planet, how much interest we're getting, and then all our expenses. So we're spending 156,000, but we're only getting 224. So we're getting about 68,000. So should help us out a little bit. And obviously research is dipping into what we receive. So that's why you want to balance between saving or research. So always keep watching that. Keep kind of controlling it, but it shouldn't be too hard. So we're going to get going. One sec.
System updates.
Alright. Well, I'm going to probably end it off here, since this video is going to be quite a bit longer than I normally will do, but we will come back to it, and we'll go from here. Alright, you guys take care. Comment, like, subscribe. Zaijian.